Hello and welcome to a short guide to the Dungeon Guardian. For this build, you will be in either full Berserkers or a Zerker Assassin mix. Let's take a quick look at the traits. So this is a typical 45005 build. The core weapon sets for this build is Greatsword and Sword Focus. You will also want to carry a Scepter in your inventory for ranged fights. Virtue of Justice applies Burning and Blind. It also recharges when you kill an enemy. Virtue of Resolve gives a small heal, regeneration, and removes 3 conditions. Virtue of Courage provides an Aegis and protection. On your Greatsword, skill 2 gives you quite a powerful burst. Your skill 3 is a leap and a blind. Your skill 4 applies vulnerability, and your skill 5 will allow you to pull your enemies in. Sword skill 2 gives you another blind. Skill 3 gives you a projectile block. Skill 4 on your focus gives you a blind, and skill 5 gives you a 3-hit shield. Be aware that the Greatsword skill 4 is also a light field and can overwrite fire fields for blasting might. Staple utility skills are Purging Flames, which is a fire field, removes 3 conditions and reduces condition durations. Retreat, which is swiftness and an Aegis. And Wall of Reflection, which reflects projectiles. It is also a light field. So let's take a moment to look at what the sword skill 3 looks like. This is the skill with the 3-second projectile block. It's a little short, so you do have to time it very well. So we've got 4 different blind skills here. That's your F1, your Greatsword skill 3, your sword skill 2, and your focus skill 4. So we've got 2 condition removals. The first is on your F2, the second is on Purging Flames. We've also got 2 skills that provide Aegis, your F3 and your Retreat. Your focus skill 5 will also stop 3 attacks on the Guardian only. So let's look at elite skills. Your first option is Renewed Focus. So you've used your F1 and 3 at the beginning of a fight and your F2 partway through. You then use Renewed Focus, which gives you 2 seconds of invulnerability and recharges all 3 virtues. The second, and possibly better option for your elite skill, is Tome of Wrath, and we will look at. So there are quite a few other utility skills that the Guardian can bring. Let's take a look at some of those now. First 2 we'll look at is Hallowed Ground, which is a fire field and a pulsing stability. And the second is Stand Your Ground, which also provides stability, but is instant cast. Both of these will affect your entire party. 2 other very useful utility skills are Bane Signet, which raises your power and therefore your damage output, and Shield of the Avenger, which will create a shield bubble, but note that this requires a projectile to come within range for the bubble to activate. There are a few other niche utility skills such as Sanctuary and Bow of Truth, but because they are so infrequently used, I will leave those out of this video. So let's take a look at Tome of Wrath. This is a very underrated skill. Skill 4 in Tome of Wrath allows you to apply Fury and Quickness to your teammates. Skill 5 provides you quite a large AoE and a 3-second knockdown. Not very wise to use it for DPS, but it does allow you to remove a stack of Defiance. The skill 3 also allows you to apply 5 stacks of Might in a frontal cone. So let's take a look at a typical DPS rotation. You'd start with your Greatsword skills and then switch to your Sword Focus. This is because the Sword Focus auto attack hits harder than the Greatsword auto attack. You may switch back at some point because you either need a blind or a pull or a burst to finish a fight on the greatsword.